Alright YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farm's YouTube channel. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Vince, and welcome. And if you want to see beekeeping videos, you've come to the right place. So hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. Hit the little bell so you don't miss any of these videos. Alright, we're downstairs in the wood shop again, and usually when I'm down here, I've got my sweatshirts on, you know, or my thick wool thing because it's cold. But you know, it feels good right now because it's hot outside. And it's like air conditioning down here in the basement. But what we're going to do really quick, I need to build some more frames. So I'm going to show you guys, and this is here again more for a beginner, how to put frames together. I'm going to put some deep frames together. I'm going to just show you how I do it really fast. I actually made myself this jig, and other people have done it too. So this ain't, I didn't come up with this invention on my own. And all this is some scrap 1x6. And some 1x4. The trick to it is you want to make it so let's see if I can hold this up. You want to make it so it holds, it's wide enough to hold the frame separated. So you got the frame on the bottom and the frame on top. But I'll show you when I put this together, what this does. This is really, I can't give you the exact dimensions because I just kind of whipped it together. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I built this just like this. I built this just like this. Okay, right. Let me flip it the other way. This is just wide enough to hold 10 frames. And I'm going to show you my new toy. I'm going to turn it on actually. Probably guess what that is. It's an air compressor. Okay, the air compressor is filled up. What I got here is just a little brad nailer. It's not the most high-end brad, but it's a nice one. It does staples and brad nails, and I've used it once already. It does work really nice. I wanted to try it before I did the video. Nothing like doing the video. It's something brand new and you goof it all up and you got to cut everything out. So this thing works really, really nice. I'm using 1¼ inch brad nails and that little air compressor. That's just a little 2-gallon, 125 PSI air compressor. It works really, really nice, and it's quiet. It's nice having it in the basement. So yeah, it's nice and quiet. I can have it in the basement. I can turn it on down here. If everybody's sleeping, if I'm up down here in the morning, it ain't gonna bother nobody. And I've checked actually. I turned it on, went upstairs, you couldn't even hear it. Alright, so let's just get to this really quick. When you build your frames, this is what I like to do. You can nail these too. And I've done it with little number 6 penny nails. You want to use longer nails. You don't want to use, sometimes when you buy the frames, if you order the nails from the bee supply, they're these little tiny things. And when if you got bees propolising your stuff pretty good, you're trying to pry frames apart, they come right out. So I switched to the longer, like number 6 nails, like little number 6 penny type nails, and they work really, really well. But these brad nails work really good too, and I put 2 in each side, and I'll show you. And I also will glue mine together. So here again, this is kind of a beginner thing for beginner beekeepers. You get your frames, use bigger nails and glue it. Ask me how I know, my old saying, right? Because I pulled frames apart and they just, you get a frame that's really stuck in there, you take your hive tool and start pulling, frame comes right apart sometimes. Okay, you see how that works really well? If you build yourself one of these, line yourself 10 frames and just build your box to the dimension. Okay, what I do, and I've showed you this before, I use this Tidal Bond wood glue. It's waterproof. This is really nice stuff. So what I'm going to do, I put a little dab. Gluing is just nice. It just gives you a little extra reinforcement. You don't need a lot of it. This stuff grabs really well. And don't worry about putting your glue on, thinking, oh my God, quick, it's going to dry. It's not going to dry that fast. And all you do, this is your top bar. Some of these are pretty tight actually. I just started putting these together the other day. Put your top bar in. Like I said, don't worry about, oh my God, the glue's going to dry. It ain't going to dry that fast. And you can see this is all the frames I got. I got 20 frames left. I ordered some more from Man Lake. They're supposed to be shipping them out hopefully soon because I am going to need them. It's like putting a puzzle together. This jig works out really well. Instead of doing it, you know, one at a time, you can do 10 at a time. And if you're going to be putting a lot of frames together, invest in one of these little air compressors. They're not that expensive. And you don't need, like I said, this is 125 PSI. And it does the job. And I tested it actually. It got down to 40 PSI and it was still popping nails in. Like I said, this isn't a super high-end brad nailer. It's an 18 gauge. It does run staples also. And the operating range on this one is 70 to 110 PSI. So I got plenty of air compressor for this. And all you do, which makes it really nice, if you do get one, practice it first so you know exactly where you're lining up with your staples. Or your nails, I mean. Or if you're doing staples, same thing. Let me just turn that off for right now. And I put, oh I missed. And I put 2 nails in each one just for extra support. These nails aren't that expensive. And if you happen to miss one and get it off to the side, just put another one in. Can you see how small they are? You know, actually, I forgot something. I put another light down here. Wow, look, we got more light. I always forget to turn those lights on. Anyways, see that? They're just inch, what did I say? They're 1.25 inches. This is plenty of nail to go through, to go in there. It's going in there a good 3/4 of an inch. And that's why I put 2 on each side. Okay, so now what you do with your nifty little thing is you take it, flip it over, see that? And I'm actually still getting used to it myself. So now, obviously you gotta take this out. You slide that out. Put it off to the side. A little more glue. Here again, don't think you got to race for time. There, and just start putting it together. Give me these. This is your bottom frame. Get it in the groove. You also want to make sure that these are all pushed in evenly. If they're even, that means your frames are square. If they're not even, your frames won't be square. These are all machine manufactured, obviously, so if you line them up just right, 99.9% of the times they're perfectly square. I don't think I've ever had one not square. I got 3 left. All right, one more. There, they're all put together. Now, like I said, make sure these are all flush on the ends. If they're not flush, you're going to be out of square. And since these are machine made, like I've never had one out of square, but it's a possibility. So now, same thing. I'm going to put 2 nails in each one. The nails are cheap enough, and it's just extra security. And they're so small, they don't split your frames. All right, I wanted to turn that off. I got a couple more. This way, I'm not sure what that. Oh, need more nails. This is really handy. I should have done this a long time ago. That's it. Every once in a while, you might get one that, like right there, that one didn't go all the way for whatever reason. There must be a hard there must be a hard, or a knot in that part of the wood, so, or that part of the frame. Right here, too. Just tap it down. So that's all there is to it. Take it. Oh. Flip it over. There you go. One other thing. I like to mark them. I put the year on them. There, now they're marked, then you know how old then you know, like when you're doing your hives year after year, you know how old your frames are. And if you want to test this, I mean, it's kind of too late, they're already nailed together, right? But I know they're going to fit. I'm going to take them outside anyways. Take your frames. Beautiful, look at that, huh? Fits right in. There you have it, 10 frames ready to go in the hives, and I got one of my splits. I got to add a couple more frames too. So anyways, that's it. It's real simple putting your frames together. Just make sure on the ends that they're flush. If they're not flush, this might not slide in there really nice. So if you do it by hand, that's fine too. I like to use little 6-penny nails. They work out really, really well. On the bottom part, I use a little bit smaller one just because it's thinner at the bottom. But just make sure you don't have to. This is what I do. I glue them and I nail them solid. with big nails, because there's times when you take your hive tool, I said you're prying this apart. If you haven't been in your hive for a while and the bees really propolised it, and you start prying, you're going to pull this top bar right off. So that's why it's better just to use either one big strong nail if you can do this by hand, or if you can use a brad nailer. These 1¼ nails seem to work really good. If whoever else does this, let me know what size nails you guys use. I figured the 1¼ was good enough, but let me know what you guys use too. A friend of mine uses this and he has good luck with it. But let me know, just curious what size brad nails you guys use. Because I called a friend of mine, I'm like, what size do you use? Because I've never done this, and that's what he uses, and he's never had any problem with it. So anyways, that is it. We've got the frames built. We're going to go put them out in the hive. Hopefully you liked the video. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Support the channel. Hit the little bell next to the subscribe button because you don't want to miss any of these videos. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up will help these videos pop up quicker in searches. And that is about it. When I go to put some super frames together, I'll do a video on that, but it's basically the same thing. It's just smaller frames. So anyways, YouTube, happy beekeeping, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.